Hey guys, it's Margie, and today I'm doing a movie review of the 1985 film Death of a Salesman. This film starred Dustin Hoffman, Kate Reid, John Malkovich, Stephen Lang, Charles Durning, Louis Zork, David S. Chandler, John Polito, Linda Kozlowski, Karen Needle, Anne McIntosh, Tom Signorelli, and Michael Quintan. It was directed by Volker Schlondorff, who also directed The Tin Drum. Music was by Alex North, who also did the music for Ghost and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Cinematography was by Michael Ballas, who has done pretty much cinematography for everything, including The Departed, Goodfellas, Gangs of New York, Age of Innocence, Air Force One, Working Girl, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And I've done a previous review of Air Force One, and just so you know. Edited by Mark Burns and David Ray, and David Ray also edited Scarface. Written by Arthur Miller, who wrote, this was originally written as a play, but he also wrote the script for this movie. And he also wrote the scripts for The Misfits and The Crucible. And it was produced by Robert F. Colesbury, who also produced Falling in Love, The King of Comedy, and The Scarlet Letter. Okay guys, so basically the plot for this movie is there's this salesman, shocker, played by Dustin Hoffman, and he is experiencing some family and financial difficulty, and basically throughout the film he's kind of realizing like how shallow his life has been up to this point, and it's kind of his journey through his world, like all of these years like coming to a head at this point in his life, and him, you know, trying to survive all the hills and valleys that he's experiencing at the age of, I think he's like 63, he's above 60. So that's about the best plot I can give you. Let's start into performances here. We're gonna start with Dustin Hoffman. You know what, Dustin Hoffman is a very, very talented actor. I will just start off by saying that. I mean, he can just do acting like nobody's business. It's unbelievable. I'm referring to Rain Man is the first one that comes to mind for me. Loved his performance in Wag the Dog, which I've done a previous review of. I'm not going to keep listing off the wonderful things that he's been in, but you know what I'm talking about. My gosh, he just killed it. Like, he killed it, and I don't think there was anything else he could have done. He was actually he was in his 40s at the time, playing a guy that's, like I said, around 63 or over the age of 60. So he had to spend 3 hours in a makeup chair every day to get him to look that age, and just his mannerisms and his delivery and his movements and the way he was engaged in all the scenes, and his passion is just unlike any other. I mean, it's just beautiful. It really is. And this is the main reason, I mean, I would say he's pretty much the main reason why I watched this movie, because I've heard that this is his favorite, like, of all of his performances, this is one of his favorites. So I was like, I need to see this film. And he killed it. He absolutely killed it. Moving on to Kate Reid. Oh, I think that his performance would have been Oscar worthy if this wasn't a made-for-TV film. Like, I could have totally seen him getting an Oscar for this performance. It was amazing. Kate Reid is next. Kate Reid plays his wife. My gosh, Kate Reid. Wow. She just beasted, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, she did so well in this role. She really is just like soft and caring when it comes to Dustin, but then she has some resentment, and she's almost like the protector of Dustin's character. So she's very fiery against her sons when they make him unhappy. And I mean, she just like, there's one like probably 30-minute like continual scene that happens in the kitchen. I'm not sure if it was all done in one take, but it's all like happening real time. she is just talking it out with the two boys, and she just goes, I mean, she has like a 5-minute monologue, or she's just back and forth with him, and she just like hammers. It's awesome. Kate Reid is a boss. This is actually the only film I've seen with her in it, to my knowledge, so she did amazing. She really did. Let's talk about John Malkovich. John Malkovich, I thought, did very, very well in this role, especially considering his age. He is young in this film. I don't think there was anything else he could have done with it, y'all. He really went for it. I felt like in some ways he could have gone, like, pushed a little bit harder during, like, in some, you know, like some of his lines. But then again, his character is kind of like confused and repressed, but yet thinks he's awesome, but yet knows he's secretly not. And so I thought he really like portrayed that really well, with like you just don't really know what to think of his character. You're like, I feel sympathy for him, but then again he's kind of also a jerk, but then again he, you know, like he really went with that very, very well. So good job to him. Everyone else that I listed here, guys, did not stand out to me, like, for me, enough for me to be like, oh, I want to talk about them. But the supporting cast for this was great. Dustin did not extremely overshadow the rest of the cast, but yet they still let him have the spotlight because he is the central character in this movie when he was in scenes with them. So I really thought that that was beautiful, honestly, because again, they're holding their own in the scene, but like they're not just trying to get all the attention, and that's tough. So bravo to them. Okay, let's talk about this directing, guys. I thought the directing was okay. It's a lot like a play that's being filmed, but it's definitely still like movie-ish. So I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. And this director did a lot of work in television, so this is like typical, well, it's better than typical TV movie. Like, this could have actually not been a TV movie, but it is, like, when you're watching it, you recognize that it is kind of TV-like, and it is kind of like a play being filmed. Music did not stand out to me very much at all. It was, you know, it went well with the film, but it wasn't like, ah! So, you know, the music was alright. The cinematography, I really did enjoy the cinematography a lot, especially how they use the colors in like the, okay, Dustin Hoffman's character keeps having these flashbacks and hallucinations, and they, like, when he's like flashing back to things that have happened previously, the color schemes of like the world he's in kind of change a little bit and become a little brighter and happier to signify that he was happier in that time period, and he was younger and everything was more youthful. So I really like that a lot, and the cinematography for this is great. All the colors are great. They really just nail that tone of the film. Great job, and great job to the production designers as well. Editing for this, I thought was good. I didn't just love how long the film was. I wish some things could have been cut, but at the same time, I loved seeing all the acting that went on, and I don't know really what else you could have cut, except I feel like some of the things at the beginning could have been cut out, but those were kind of useful to help us understand like the family dynamic and what's going on. So it is 2 hours and 15 minutes long, so it does, you know, you feel the 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I don't really think the pacing was bad. I wish it could have been shorter, but I don't like really, like, I enjoyed it. It's complicated. The editing was fine. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, writing. The writing for this is really, really good, y'all. It really is, because not only is the writing great, first of all, it's just good quality dialogue, but the delivery and the speed that the actors deliver their lines, like, it's just like one says something then the other. There's no pauses. It's just like rapid fire, boom, 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 boom. And that was like great. That really helps keep the energy of the film up, so you're not like getting bored during the film. Great, absolutely great. Witty, just sharp. So let's jump into the parents guide before I go into special notes. Okay, for language here, we've got 1 use of B, 7 uses of D, and 3 uses of H. We've got 1 religious exclamation, and that's it. So let's move into drug and alcohol. There is smoking and there is drinking, but not excessively of either. As for violence and gore, there's not really any violence other than some mild, like, fighting and intense scenes where you think somebody's gonna get punched, and then there's like a event that happens that we know is not good but at the end, but we don't see it. Sexual content, both boys discuss their sexual conquest openly. One of the characters is not faithful to his wife, and another character finds out about it, and the 2 characters that are, you know, intimate are shown in the bed together, and we do see the female character's cleavage. First note, Dustin's character is extremely bipolar. 1 minute he's like so happy and elated and the world's gonna be great, and then the next minute the world is awful, and his temper like flares up like that. A lot of that has to do with his boys though. Like if his boys say, we're having a great day, like, you know, I'm gonna be a businessman and I'm a big shot and all this, he's happy, and then the next minute that they're like, I just think I want to go and work as an average human being and not rise to the corporate ladder, he's like down their throat again. So yeah, he's super bipolar. Dustin's character is constantly having like hallucinations. He's hearing voices and he's in flashbacks. Like he's in the room with like a bunch of people, but he thinks that he's like in the past, so he'll like start like yelling at the people that are there like they're not, like addressing people that aren't there and stuff like that. I thought it was really well done, because it's not like they don't do any like, ooh, make him dizzy and then take him back, or they don't have like echo voices coming in the background. They did it really well, those hallucinations, so that was good. Writing is very sharp and quick, so is the delivery. Characters converse very rapidly with no breaks. This helped the film a ton. Great call, whoever decided that, because it's just like bam, bam, bam. When they're in those heated conversations, one after the other, as soon as one, you know, they just like, you can just like feel the actors waiting, like they're thinking about their line. As soon as one would finish, the next one would start, and back and forth and back and forth. That was awesome, especially Dustin's character really gets into that, and him and John Malkovich really have a lot of conversations like that. Kate Reid freaking kills the role. My gosh, she's a boss. Killed it. Absolutely killed it. Dustin Hoffman's performance is Oscar worthy. Killed it. Absolutely killed it. Would I watch this movie again? I'm going to say no, because I loved watching Dustin act, but there are other movies that I enjoy Dustin's performance more in, and this movie, while the performances are freaking amazing, just did not, like, I didn't fall in love with it, so I probably wouldn't watch it again. The only reason I would watch it again is just to see, like, freaking awesome acting, because that's basically what this movie is. Just, like, turn on the camera and let them go. It's awesome. I would not watch this movie again. I'm giving this movie 4 stars out of 5, just because I don't think there was anything else they could have really done with it, and the acting is off the chain. If you've seen this movie, Death of a Salesman from 1985, I would love to hear what you think. And like, would you, if you've seen this movie, would you like watch it over and over, or who do you think was the strongest character out of all the people that were in this film? Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks so much for watching.